Hi students, in the last class we started lesson Is matter pure? In that session we discussed about definition of matter, classification of matter and definition of mixtures, classification of mixtures. In this session we start with definition of solution. We start with definition of solution. It is an example for solution. Lemonade is an example for solution. And this salt solution is also an example for solution. Okay, what is the meaning of solution? What is the definition of solution? So now I will explain what is the definition of solution. The homogeneous mixture, that means solution is an example for homogeneous mixture. The homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. The homogeneous mixture of two or more substances from which we cannot separate its components by the process of filtration. Very, very important. The homogeneous mixture of two or more substances from which we cannot separate its components by the process of filtration. Okay, I will show with an example. Can we separate salt and lemon juice present in water by filtration? By filtration, like tea, filtration of tea. Can we separate salt present in the solution, lemon present in solution with the help of filtration or filter paper? We cannot separate lemon juice or salt present in the solution. Why? Because all the solution dissolves in this particular one. Okay, this is an example. Now tell me, okay, in the previous class I discussed about when you left undisturbed all the sand settled at the bottom. This is an example for solution? No, it is not an example for solution. Why? Because we can separate this particular sediment, this soil, from water by using filter paper or filtration. The homogeneous mixture of two or more substances from which we cannot separate its components by the process of filtration is called solution. So you have some idea about solution. That means it is a mixture of two or more substances. Okay, so all solutions are not present in liquid state. Some solid mixtures are also there, some solid mixtures are also there. I will explain that particular solid solutions later. First we will discuss about solution. The homogeneous mixture of two or more substances from which we cannot separate its components by the process of filtration is called solution. Can we give any example for solutions? Write down examples for solution. Examples for solutions are lemonade. Second one, salt water. Third one, we can write sugar water also. Lemonade, salt water, sugar water. We cannot separate sugar from water by using filter paper. So sugar water is an example for solution. Okay. Generally in solution, two components are present. Generally in any solution, two components are present. Say for example, this is salt solution. How many substances are present in this solution? Component is nothing but substance. How many substances are present in this solution? In this solution, two substances are present. First one is salt. Second one is water. When you add some amount of salt to this solution, we will get salt solution. So generally a solution has minimum two components. These components are solvent and solute. These components are one name is solvent, another component name is solute. New words are there. Solution is a new word, solute is a new word, solvent is a new word. Okay, these two components are solvent and solute. Next, what is the definition of solvent? Very, very easy definition. The substance in a solution, the substance which is present in higher amount is called solvent. In a solution, the substance which is present in larger amount is called solvent. I will show with one example. Say for example, take a plastic glass, and add, take some amount of water, take high amount of water, and take, okay, and take small amount of salt only, okay, take some amount of salt, okay, stir this solution with the help of spatula, okay. Now observe the quantity of water, salt added by me. Whenever you observe these two, salt quantity is very less when compared with water. So this is a salt solution. In this salt solution, which is present in larger amount, water is present in larger amount. So water is called solvent. Which is present in smaller amount, salt is present in smaller amount. So salt is called solute. Simply the one which can dissolve the other is called solvent. That means in the solution, which dissolves the salt? Which can dissolve the salt? Water can dissolve the salt. So example for solvent is water in salt solution. Salt is an example for solute. Okay. In the case of lemonade, ignore, there is no salt here. Only just I added some amount of salt, some amount of lemon juice and water. Only small amount of lemon juice is added to water. In this case, high amount of water is present, small amount of lemon juice present in the solution. So example for solvent in lemonade is water. Why? Because water is present in higher quantity. So example for solute is lemon juice. So this is about solvent and solute concept. Next, if you undisturbed the soil and water solution, soil particles are settled at the bottom, yes or no? Soil particles are settled at the bottom. This is the soil particle settled at the bottom. If you disturb, all the soil again dissolves in water. It is a muddy water. Okay, muddy water. So it is not an example for solution. That means when you kept solution, once listen, when you kept salt water for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, can we get salt at the bottom? No, can we get salt at the bottom? But when you kept this solution, that means water and soil solution, without any undisturbance, we can collect soil within fraction of minutes. Why? Because soil does not dissolve in water, but all the salt particles are dissolved in water. Salt cannot formed at the bottom of the solution. That is the first point. Second point, the solute particles in the solution do not settle down when left undisturbed. That means if you left this solution, if you left this sodium chloride solution for 1 year, for 1 month, all the salt particles are not formed at the bottom. Why? Because all the salt solution is dissolved in, all the salt is dissolved in water. But in the case of soil and water, after some time, if you kept this particular solution without any disturbance, all the soil settled at the bottom. So it is not an example for solution. Only homogeneous mixtures are examples for solution. It is an example for heterogeneous mixture. So it is not an example for solution. This is about the definition of solution. And second, we cannot see particles of solution with our naked eyes. We cannot see particles of solution with our naked eyes. That means, can we see the particles present in solution? We just see the water only. We cannot see the particles. That means small sized particles. We cannot see the size of particles. We cannot see the particles with our naked eye. Okay, we cannot see the particles with our naked eye. And observe, if you pass a laser light through the solution, observe, if you pass a laser light, okay, I will take another one. Take this particular glass. If you pass, observe, if you pass laser light, this light passes through the solution, that means glass and solution, and forms a spot on the board like this, forms a spot on the board like this. Yes or no? Forms a spot on the board, that means it can pass the beam of light, that means solutions can pass, solution particles can pass beam of light through it, solution particles can pass the beam of light through it. In Telugu, వీటి గుండా కాంతి లోపలికి వెళుతూ ఉంది, బోర్డు మీద పడుతూ ఉంది. ఓకే, solution particle cannot scatter, that means if they scattered, this light cannot pass like this, okay. Say for example, if you take another one, sodium chloride, okay, observe. So again, a light spot is formed, on passing light through sodium chloride solution. Again spot is formed on the board, that means light passes through the glass, then solution, again glass, it forms a spot on the board. Okay, that means these solution particles do not object the light particles, that's why the light moving towards the solution and forms a red spot on the board. Say for example, if you take this solution, this is heterogeneous mixture. Here very important concept, this is heterogeneous mixture. Now if you pass laser light, we can do this activity at your home. If you pass laser light, can we observe any spot on the blackboard, that means that particular whiteboard? If you pass light through the muddy water, we cannot observe, but here we cannot observe any spot like this. Any spot is formed on the blackboard. Why? Because this light does not passes through the mud water. Why? Because mud particles, soil particles scatters the beam of light, it objects the beam of light towards another, that is called scattering, that's why there is no spot is formed on the blackboard. Okay, if you keep it undisturbed, again we will get clear solution. Through that clear solution we can pass this laser light. At that time spot will form on the board, we will see later. Now take milk solution. Milk is an example for solution. Wrong statement. Milk is not an example for solution. Milk is an example for colloid. It is another new term, I will explain later. Milk is an example for colloid. This type of solution is an example for suspension. Tell me once again, suspension. Milk is an example for colloid. Muddy water is an example for suspension. Like that we can take chalk piece powder in water is also an example for suspension. Syrup is also an example for suspension. Okay, now pass this laser light through milk solution. Can we observe any spot like this on the board? Observe any spot which is formed on the whiteboard. Observe any spot. Can we observe any spot like this? We cannot observe. When you pass laser light through the milk solution, there is no spot is formed on the board. But when you pass laser light through sodium chloride solution, there is a spot. Observe, there is a spot. That means this laser light passes through the solution and forms a spot on the whiteboard. But in the case of milk or muddy water, the laser light does not passes through the solution. Why? Because these milk particles, scattered the beam of light. scattered the beam of light towards another direction, towards another direction, towards another direction. So that's why this particular light does not passes through the milk solution. This milk solution reflects the back, scatters the light back. Say for example, if I am milk solution, if light passes through me, if I pass the light through my body, immediately light spot is present on the board. If I object the light and scatter the light in another direction, there is no light spot on the board. Like that there is no light spot on the board. Why? Because this light moves towards that direction. Okay, but in the case of sodium chloride, this light moves towards the solution. That's why we have spot. We have a spot like this. We can see the red color in the solution also. Can we see red color in milk? We can see red color in milk, but red color light does not passes through the milk. Why? Because milk particles scattered in Telugu addukuntunayi, వేరే చోటికి వెళ్ళేటట్టు చేస్తున్నాయి. ఓకే, scattered the beam of light. That's why these solution particles does not passes the light towards itself. This type of solution is called, milk is an example for colloid. Okay, next, this is an example for muddy water. This is an example for suspension. Soil in water is an example for suspension. When we pass light, the light does not passes through the solution. Okay, here we have three types of solutions. This is called true solution. It is nothing but sodium chloride solution. Solution is called true solution. This is called suspension. This is called milk. First one is called, that means salt solution is called true solution. This is called suspension. This is called milk. Milk is called colloid. Okay, how can we classified? Now I will explain three concepts. True solution. Okay, I will explain three concepts. True solution, second colloid, true solution, colloid. Third one is suspension. Okay, I will explain with some examples. Size of true solution particles, simply solution particles, is very small when compared with colloid and suspension. Size of this salt solution particles is very small when compared with milk particles present in the solution, and also the particles present in the mud in water solution. Okay, among true solution, colloid, suspension, which type of mixture is having small sized particles? True solution is having small sized particles. Which mixture is having large sized particles? Suspension. Can we see syrup? Whenever observe syrup, okay, go to your home, observe, take one syrup bottle and observe. Some salt is formed, some soil substance is formed, some white color substance is present at the bottom of the serum. That's why doctor precaution is like that, shake before use. Why the precaution is like that? Some salt, some paste like substance is formed at the bottom like soil in this particular beaker. If you shake that particular one, some of the paste or salt or mixture dissolved in that particular syrup. It is enough for our body. Observe, syrup is an example for suspension. Okay, I will write the examples. Here. True solution example, salt water. Example for colloid, very easy example. Simply, milk is an example for colloid. Milk is an example for colloid. What is the example for suspension? Simple example, syrup. Second example, soil in water. Okay, we can write another example, chalk piece powder in water, chalk piece powder in water. We can write that example also. So, chalk piece powder in water is also an example for suspension. We can classify mixtures as solutions as true solution, colloid, mixture. Here another important point is true solution is homogeneous in nature, homogeneous. Colloid is an example for heterogeneous, heterogeneous. Colloid is an example for heterogeneous mixture. True solution is an example for homogeneous mixture. Colloid is an example for heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture. Okay, what about suspension? Suspension is an example for heterogeneous mixture. Suspension is an example for heterogeneous mixture. Okay, heterogeneous mixture. Okay, we have one doubt. Milk, the composition of milk throughout the mixture is same. I have also same doubt. The composition of the mixture throughout the solution is same. Can we call milk as homogeneous mixture? We cannot call milk as homogeneous mixture, because based upon, not only based upon definition, that is, what is the definition? Homogeneous mixture is a mixture in which the components are distributed uniformly. It is not enough for the exact definition of homogeneous mixture. We can add another one point. If a mixture, that means if a solution, that means if a mixture, liquid mixture or liquid solid mixture passes beam of light through that particular solution, then only we will call it as homogeneous mixture. Take this particular lemonade also, it passes the laser light towards the solution. This solution passes the laser light. So some spot is formed on the, observe, some spot is formed on the white color board. So it is an example for homogeneous mixture. Okay, it looks like the composition throughout the mixture is same. I accepted a particular one. The taste of the milk is throughout the mixture is same, but it does not passes the beam of light towards itself. That's why it is an example for heterogeneous mixture. So it does not passes a beam of light towards itself. There is no spot formed on the, there is no spot. Observe, is there any spot? Is there any spot on the blackboard? That means this light does not passes through the milk solution. The solutions which does not passes light, beam of light towards itself is also called heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, heterogeneous mixtures. It is also an example for, heterogeneous mixture. It is also example for heterogeneous mixture. Now I will explain. Colloids and suspension do not pass the beam of light towards itself. Colloids and suspensions do not passes the beam of light towards itself. Colloids and suspensions scatter the beam of light. Scattered, this is called scattered, this is called passing, this is called passing. Scattered. Suspensions and colloids scatters the beam of light towards itself, towards another direction. That means scattering of beam of light from colloids or suspensions is called Tyndall effect. Write down very important definition. Tyndall effect. Tyndall is a scientist name. He discovered this effect, so we will call it as Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect, very important phenomena. Tyndall effect. Okay, Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect. So write down the definition of Tyndall effect. Write down the definition of Tyndall effect. Tyndall, scientist name. Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect. Write down the definition. Scattering of beam of light. Scattering of beam of light. Scattering of beam of light from colloids and suspensions suspensions is called scattering of beam of light from colloids and suspensions is called Tyndall effect. That is one phenomena. Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect. Okay, say for example like this, when you pass a beam of light through this particular milk solution, this light was scattered by solution milk particles. Observe this milk. Observe, is there any, we will get some light spot on that particular spot. Observe here, is there any light spot? Okay, observe. Okay, try at your home this one also. That means with some angle it forms a, so it is not possible to show here. I will try again. So I will take another. So let us do this particular one. Take this, which is do like this. Okay, with the help of your friend, do this activity. We will observe some red color spot on the paper. Why? Because this light is passes through the solution, but this solution does not passes the light towards itself. It scatters the light back. We will get light here. Do this activity at your home. We will get this particular concept. Okay, now I will again explain the definition of Tyndall effect. Scattering of beam of light from colloids or suspensions is called Tyndall effect. Okay, daily life experience of Tyndall effect. We can see dust particles in our kitchen. Yes or no? We can see dust particles in our kitchen. That means we can see when you pass light this particular muddy water solution, we can see the soil particles. Okay, like that we can see dust particles when light is exposed to smoke. That means smoke reacts when say for example, when light is entered into your home with a small hole, when light is entered into your home in your room with a small hole, you observe some dust particles are there in your room. It is because of Tyndall effect. Whenever you walk in a street or on a road, it is having both sides, it is having trees on both sides. The sun radiations from that particular sky to, and it moves from the leaves and others, and it's on that particular case dust particles scatters the beam of light. In that case, we can see the dust particles. We can see the dust particles in kitchen. We can see the dust particles on road, which is having both sides trees. We can see dust particles. A room is closed. We can only open that particular room with only small hole. Then we can see the dust particles. It is also because of Tyndall effect. This is about Tyndall effect. In this session, we discussed about definition of solution, definition of solvent, definition of solute. Okay, and also we discussed about properties of solution. I did some activities related to solution, related to solvent, and also about true solution, colloid, suspension. I performed an activity related to Tyndall effect. Homework for you. Write the definition of matter. First question, write the definitions of the following question. First question, definition of matter, definition of mixture, definition of homogeneous mixture with examples, definition of heterogeneous mixture with examples, definition of solution, definition of solvent, definition of solute, definition of Tyndall effect. Write these definitions in your homework book. Okay, with this we completed some of the topics there in your syllabus. We will discuss remaining topics in later classes or in our classroom session. Be safe at your home. Be prepared strongly. Okay, be healthy. Thank you so much.